Hey, we back with another banger video. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, yeah, hey, a lot of y'all ain't gonna like this one. Hey, yeah, a lot of y'all ain't gonna like this one. It's funny because this is a topic that's not talked about a lot. We always talk about it we always talk about the men. We don't talk about the women, but bro, it's bad out here. I'm telling you, bro, like, and me being from the hood, the crazy thing about it, I'm pretty sure all of us in the hood can contest to this. Like, just being in the hood, it's normal to see a 16-year-old cracking a 40-year-old. You know, we be bragging about it. Hey, Roger cracked the old girl, you feel me? 40 years old. No lie, it's a normal thing. It's terrible. It's a terrible thing. But it's normal. But it's never talked about because obviously a lot of guys not really gonna speak up about that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? They ain't finna speak up about it, but yeah, we're gonna get into this video. It's a good one. Let's check out the first clip right now.
A 40-year-old lady took my boyfriend in high school. I'm dead ass.
Bro, she is not lying, bro. She not lying, bro. Them women was preying on me when I was in high school, bro. Grown ass women got me disrespecting my grandma, my granddad. I'm talking about I'm sneaking out of the house like a fucking mouse all the time at night going to see this lady. I'm talking about her grown ass was beefing with my girl in high school, bro. I'm talking about dead ass serious. She told my girl everything, bro. A grown ass woman, dog. That shit crazy to my I ain't had no business cheating on my girl. Bitch, you grown. You grown. You done told on me, bro. And the killing part about it, after she told on me, I'm still going to the grown ass woman how I think I'm doing something. Cause she sucking the tip off, bro. I'm talking about she giving me Scully from the woodworks. I'm talking about all over that motherfucker. Had me gone. My grandma told me, I'm gonna call the police on that woman down the street. I told my grandma, you got me up, bro. On everything.
What y'all think about that? What y'all think about it? I mean, it's true. It's true, but it's something we definitely got to spread light on because a lot of these guys, they dealing with a lot of stuff, and you don't even know why they are the way they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, actually, a popular YouTuber, DJ Ghost, one of my favorite YouTubers, he basically said that he was a victim of that, of a woman literally, you know what I'm saying, doing that to him. It's a real thing, and a lot of these kids get affected by it, bro. It's terrible, man. But y'all check out these other clips.
Women are predators too, and I feel like we don't talk about this enough. It's absolutely disgusting how many men I've talked to and told me they were a victim of abuse as a child. And worse, how common and known it was. Like, it was common knowledge that there were grown-ass women preying on these young boys. And other grown women in the neighborhood knew that they were preying on these boys and did nothing. Now, their stories aren't mine to share, but I want you guys to be aware. From my understanding, a lot of the time, these women are moms with their own sons or young daughters. They're the cool moms, and their homes are considered the party houses. Pretty much you can go and do whatever you want. Groups of boys would go over, and that nasty predator would choose a boy, pump his head up, and take advantage of him. It's absolutely sick and disgusting. And a lot of the time, these young boys don't even realize they're being abused. Young men are so hyper-sexualized, their hormones are raging, and they don't know any better that they think it's cool. But believe me, that messes with your psyche, and it's not their fault. It's all the adults' faults. All the people that knew and did nothing. These sick women. Now, I know I'm not a man, so I can't speak real deep on this topic about the effects, personally. But like I said, women are predators too. And we need to stop brushing it under the rug. It's deplorable and disgusting, and we should hold them accountable just as much as we do men.
One thing that's not talked about enough is how much of predators women can be. If I'm going to come on this platform and expose people who prey on children, then I have to just expose the truth in totality. It's not just men that prey on children. Women prey on children too. There was a woman in my family, I know from personal experience, saw it with my own eyes, a woman that I loved, trusted dearly, would die for, did something so horrible. This woman was 21 with 3 or 4 kids in a relationship with a 13-year-old boy, and no one in my family speaks on it. Women get away with so much that men Could never. And it bothers me. It bothers me to my core. Because if the roles were reversed, if it was switched around, had it been a 21-year-old man with 3 or 4 children messing with a 13-year-old girl, the book would have been thrown. The book would have been thrown, as it should have. But the book should have been thrown for her too.
I was like 3 years old, and then my mom had went to work, so she had a babysitter over. The babysitter, she was kind of like in her mid-20s. She asked me a few questions. I didn't know the answer to it. And she was like, come with me into the room. And then, so she had put my pants down, right? And I didn't know none of this. Like, I was innocent, the babysitter. So I was complying with her. So she started going crazy, like, but I didn't really know what she was doing for real.
Going crazy like head or like top or the
like head. Oh, head. But it got into that.
Oh.
So when it got into that, so I ain't know too much, feel me? And then maybe about a month later, my mom had found a pregnancy test in the room. And she was like, whose is this? I was like, I don't know. She put it all together, and she was like, the only person that been here was a babysitter. She called a babysitter, and ever since that, I never seen her. So I might have a little jit, but I don't even know that.
You should have seen my face during this segment of the
Women are just as creepy and evil as men. They're just not held accountable for their behavior. You gotta remember, these are the same ones that are 14 and 15-year-old boys in high school that are bragging about being picked up by 20 to 21-year-old females. These females are the biggest predators. That's it, that's all.
I think the thing that's been so crazy to me during this whole adventure from my original post is people don't really ask questions about my mom being a pedophile. And I really do believe it's because she was a woman and not a man, which I find disgusting. So I was watching Shameless all over again last night with my husband, and the scene came up where there was a female teacher that had essayed one of her students and was now living in the neighborhood. And when they found out it was a woman, they didn't beat her ass, right? And it made me think about this. Almost 1 million views on that video. I have done 2 separate videos about my mom's pedophilia. And people never really seem to bash her that much for it, which if it was a man, it would be insane what would happen. And it wasn't just the 15-year-old that she ended up being with for 7 years. It was the boy next door. I need to tell you about that story. He was 17. At this time, my mom was 27. Linda, my mom used to call her Nosy Linda, would always yell at my mom, and we just thought Linda was this horrible person. We went on vacation and we came back, and my Linda set up cameras facing our house. I had no idea why this happened. Later on, way later on in life, we found out it's because my mom was having schmecks with her almost 17-year-old son. What was my mom's response to this? To get gasoline and write BITCH in her front lawn and set it on fire. This is the same person that now calls me a WHORE on a constant basis and criticizes me for having several relationships in my life. Keyword, relationships. Also, I don't think hookup culture is a real thing, and I don't think body count matters whatsoever. But what I do care about is when someone went around boinking young kids and tells me that I'm the problem, that's a little crazy. We gotta not protect predators, even when they're women, because there are some out there, and it shouldn't be excusable. I think the thing that...
But yeah, tell me what y'all think about that video, man. That's, like I say, the crazy thing about it, man. Just like I said with the last video I did on the Houston, Texas situation with the human trafficking in Houston, Texas. I could literally do a 20 video series on how much content I found on that. With this one, I probably can do 100 video series. That's how prevalent this is. It's terrible. It's terrible. That shows you how wicked society is. But it's overlooked because it's females. People are not going to really talk about it for real. But at the end of the day, it needs to stop on both ends. You know what I'm saying? It's nasty on both ends. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all tell me what y'all think about the video in the comments, man. See you guys next video. Always remember, be safe out here, kings and queens. Let's get it.